Why do CGI villains in superhero movies feel generic? Imagine watching a superhero movie and feeling like the villain just isn't quite right. Something about them seems off, like they could be anyone. That's often because of how CGI is used to create these characters. Let's break down why CGI villains sometimes come across as pretty bland or forgettable. First, a lot of CGI villains suffer from designs that don't stand out. Sometimes they look like a mix of random shapes or have features that aren't very detailed. For example, a villain with poorly defined facial features or a messy appearance can make them look unconvincing. When a villain looks unoriginal or just plain weird, it's hard for viewers to connect with them. They blend into the background instead of standing out as a real threat. Second, overusing CGI can make villains feel less real and more like animated characters. When a villain is mostly digital, it's harder for actors to show emotion through their performance. This can lead to a lack of emotional depth. For instance, if the villain's face is covered in digital effects, their expressions might seem flat or robotic. This makes it tough for audiences to feel scared or angry at them because they don't seem fully alive. Third, production constraints can lead to uninspired designs. Sometimes, during post-production, a villain's look is rushed or changed at the last minute. This can result in a character that looks like it was thrown together quickly. Also, many CGI minions or henchmen look exactly the same, which makes the whole villain group seem boring and repetitive. This lack of variety makes the villain feel less unique and more like just another digital monster. Finally, when CGI isn't blended well with practical effects or real-world footage, it can look awkward. For example, a floating head or a CGI suit that doesn't match the lighting or textures of the scene pulls viewers out of the story. This visual distraction makes the villain seem less threatening and more like a computer-generated image. In the end, CGI villains often feel generic because their designs lack originality. Their performances are limited by digital effects, and the CGI work isn't always seamless. When filmmakers don't balance CGI with practical effects or give actors room to perform, villains can seem less memorable. To make villains more impactful, directors need to focus on creative designs, better integration of effects, and allowing actors to fully bring their characters to life.